Yo, what's up, everybody? It's J Bowles. I'm here again. What's today? It's Friday, September 18th, and I'm making a stock video today. And for today's topic, I wanted to talk about penny stocks. All right. So before I even get into that, I need to tell you guys, when you're looking at the stock market and you're wondering why something went down or you're wondering why something went up, obviously there's a lot of reasons why that happens, but here's a catalyst that a lot of people don't actually think of in my mind, that it kind of just blows right by their head. You got to look at what the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones is doing. You see they're both down 150 plus 150, 170 points. All right. That's a point and a half for Nasdaq and a half a point basically for Dow Jones. I mean, not being completely accurate because it's going to go up and down all day. But, if those are going down, if both of them are going down, the chances are everything else is going down. So you just got to keep an eye out for that, just for starters. All right. So I want to talk about some penny stocks. You can make a lot of money off these because a penny stock is anything that's under $5 basically and doesn't go over $5. A lot of penny stocks around from $1, $2 range, but there's a lot in the actual penny range, and then there's some that stay just in the $3 to $4 range. So you just got to find one that you like, or find a couple that you like, or if you're new, just put a whole bunch of penny stocks on your watch list and watch what they do. See the patterns of going up and down and stuff like that. But I want to show you one that's bad. All right, this is a first example of what not to do when you want to get a penny stock. We're going to look at this Naked brand, all right? I'm sure everybody's heard of Naked before. Don't they make like bras or something like that? Yeah, exactly. Look, they got Nordstrom, Macy's, Amazon. Okay, so this is Naked, the company. Now look at their 1-year chart, all right? It looks horrible. It was at $5 and off that top spike, and then it just went down from there, and it honestly hasn't gone up. That little spike right there, I'm going to talk about that on another video about what that was, but just ignore that. This is on a downward slope. This stock looks terrible. If you think that looks good, you're out of your fucking mind and you're high. This should be even more reason. Look at the 3-month, okay? It's just on a downward trend. But here's the thing. You can actually make money off this. Right here on 819 where it spiked up right there. You can make money off that, you guys. Like, right there. Let's just say that the point of the bottom is at 76% and the point of the top is at 64%. That's 12%. I mean, if you want to be a long-term investor, 12% ain't nothing. What are you doing? That's a bad idea. But if you're a day trader or a swing trader, even more, that's what you're looking for. You want 10, 12% in 1 day or 2 days, and then you just keep stacking that. That's what people don't get. You just need to go for the small percentages. If you're aiming for 30 to 50% percent increase on whatever you put in, maybe you should lower your stuff, because that screwed me over one time. I was looking for a 15% gain, and then it only went to 13%, and then it tanked down after that. So what are you going to do about it? You have to have a strategy, but you also have to do what the market gives you. And this right here is just horrible. It's 14 cents. People might be looking at it like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It's a fire sale. Maybe it'll come back one day. You got to do your own due diligence and look into it and see what's going on and what's going on with the stock, But me, I would never touch this within a million years, unless it went to 80 cents really quick and then it showed price support. But that's something to stay away from. Okay, now looking at another one, we already talked about Adavaxis on the other one. Where's that one? It was PACD. It just went up today. Right here, PACD Drilling, right? So look at that on the 1-month chart. You see there was some price support here. It was still going down a little bit, but very important. One thing I want everybody to know is this bar down here where you can change the graphs. when I first started, I was using this KDJ line, which is actually pretty good. I mean, if everything lines up right, it's actually a good thing, because look, you see where the purple, the orange, and the yellow crosses down here at the bottom? Basically, that's where it's telling you to buy when you use this indicator. So you would have bought at 23 cents and it's at 32 cents. That's a hell of a fucking gain, especially for a penny stock. I mean, you do the math. Double of 23 is 24, and if it's already at 32, I mean, it's not got much more to go. That's pretty good. Or even if it was just 12 cents, that would be 50%. So you would have 35. So it's almost at 50% already from the bottom peak down here, right? So that's the things you want, because if you're making 50% in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trading days, that's 1 week basically. Like, that's what you want, 50% in a week. Oh my goodness, why wasn't I doing this all along? And the way that it's set up, where it crossed around the 14 and I guess that's the 11. It crossed right in the middle of it, right? So you would have wanted to buy it somewhere around that time. One of those 2 days, you would have been perfect. I mean, that's what that indicator is used for. This is a good stock to talk about because it's up today. When I'm looking at indicators, this is my other favorite indicator. It's this RSI. So it's kind of hard on my screen. I need to turn up the brightness so I can see it. But you have this this orange line here at the bottom, and that bottom line where it says 30, that means that it's oversold. And when it's at the 70, at that top line, it means it's oversold. So when it's oversold, people sell. When it's oversold, people buy. When it's overbought, people sell. You know, so then you have these Fibonacci lines. If you can see behind that dotted 30 line, there's 3 more lines back there. Those are the Fibonacci lines. Some people use those as support when they're making their trades on that. It has to cross that first Fibonacci line, and then they grab it when it's going up. But honestly, the way that you want to do it is that when everything's oversold and it's looking like a good buy, that's when that orange line is under that dotted line. And as you can see on the graph, it's the perfect down point of the whole graph, like right there. But if you change it to 3 months, obviously it changes, but it's still oversold right there, because everybody's selling and it went under that line, and that's when you need to buy. Because look, you come over here and you can see it again. It's under the line, and right when it peaks, it goes up. Even on this first one, it's just the littlest run, but it's predictable. That's what this whole thing is about. You want anything to give you some kind of advantage, some kind of strategy, anything to predict what you're going to be doing in the future. So when you see this thing going under the line and it dips and it starts going up, and look, it hit the top of the dotted line, right? And then it sank down again. That means there's no price support. So you're not going to be getting any good runs off of that. That's a small run. You don't even, yes, it went oversold, but when it went to go buy, it only reached that this resistance line, and then it dropped back under it. So that's one other thing you have to watch out for. If you're going to be playing it like that, you have to be very careful on how you're doing it, because you see after it, right here, when it goes under the oversold line and it touches and it comes back, well, then it starts going up even more and towards the next Fibonacci line, and that's what you're really looking for, because then that's where you're getting all your money. That's a great gain, right? That's just PACD that happened today. It was up at 25% at the beginning. You see on the chart how it goes up and then it goes down, and then it does a little bit more. That's a good way to look at how all the stocks are doing throughout the day. You just look at the chart and see which ones are going up and down. I want to get into another one. Been looking at Heat Biologics. Where is this one? Oh my goodness, I have to find it. I think I put it more towards the top. Yeah, Biologics, right? So on this stock, it went on a spike in July. That's July. I'm sorry, you guys. Um, that was it. It's really hard to describe because there was a lot of stocks that went up that day, and there's a lot of charts that look like this if you look at it. I mean, they're not all on the 3 month. I mean, it's just getting past it. I think it was like in June and July when this was happening. But this stock was something I was definitely watching the other day. It's a penny stock. It went up in about over here when it was in September. I noticed it went under $1, and I was thinking that I should, probably move in on it because this was at $3, and I know that this is a good company. That's the other thing, having your backup plan, making sure it's a good company. Sell your therapeutic vaccine to combat cancers, ranges of cancers. Like, that in a couple years, if everything was to go wrong, it would come back in a couple years anyways. But you see something going like that, look, you can make your own little trend line. I mean, not physically, but in your mind, like make a diagonal line going from the bottom peaks and connect them all. You can see a trend line of where it's going and where it might spike again. So that was one of my other favorite ones. I was watching this HHT really close the other day, this past couple months, and basically I started watching it around this 819 when it bottomed out and it started going up, and I was following this guy, and he started saying, around 826, it's time to buy, and it was going up, and I didn't buy or anything, but I've been following this guy, and he said to do it, and I was just seeing how good this guy is, and it worked for him. It went up, and then it crashed back down, and around here I was waiting for the upturn, so it was going down, and it was going back to that point just about where it started going back up, which is at 60 cents. It was at 70 cents, and it started to climb, and I was thinking about putting my money in. I was basically this close. Like, I thought it was gonna swing back up, and I don't know if it was gonna hit $1. I was expecting 80 cents, but I thought it was gonna maybe 90 cents, because that's almost at 80 cents right there. But I thought it was gonna swing a lot higher than that. But we got this huge drop that came up. So glad that I didn't get in this, because it could have been hard to get out of. One slip up, and next thing you know, you're down. Who knows, 10% in a matter of hours. Anything could happen. It was just, what happened again? I forget. It was a direct offering. So the direct offering was for like 50 cents, and it was being traded around 75 cents. So it just dropped down 25-30%. And once again, I'm glad I didn't get in on it. But that's why you want to have things like this on your watch list, so that you're just watching everything that's going on. And, they have paper trading on here where you can make fake trades with fake money. But I just like to keep in the back of my head, hey, that looks good. I should probably get that, because I haven't seen it under that price in a while. It was the same thing with this ATU Bioscience in this past month here. You see how it went down? This is before I even had my RSI indicator on. I was using the KDJ one. But you see this dip. It went under $1, and it was basically at 96 cents on 904. Like, that's... I was watching this, and I was kind of scared just because it was at in the 90-cent range. I didn't know if it was going to go down anymore, because if they get the COVID money from the government, it's probably going to go up. Or, if any vaccine comes out, I think all the COVID vaccine stocks are going to go up. Every single one of them, the whole market. But anyways, like, I was watching this. I couldn't believe it was under $1. When you see something... This has been in the $1 to $2 range since the market crash, basically, and when all these medical and bio stocks are going up. But right here, I was noticing that it was looking really nice. I didn't move on it just because, you know, I don't have a lot of time to be... I can't explain it to you, man. I'm at work. I get to check my phone every 2 hours. I wish I would have had some kind of, like, indicator tell me to when this drops so low. I would have bought it in a heartbeat and already sold it. Like, it's, look, that's when you sell it right there. You already know it's going down. There's already a downtrend on it. Like, that's the whole thing you want to do. You're going for percent gains as quick as you can because you don't want to get tied up in a stock for months and months and months and not be able to move your money because you're down 40, 50%, and all you can do at that point is try to average. But if you ain't got no money to average, what are you going to do? All you can do is just hold on to it unless you want to sell and try to make your money back. But then there's a chance that you could lose it again and go down 40 and 50% again. But that's why I always say try to have a backup when you're making these. You got to check out the profile of the company. You got to see what they make. I'll go back to the ATU. You got to come to profile. You got to see what they do. You got to understand at least what business they're in and what they do and can they be saved. I mean, if they're making primary a nasal formulation of testosterone, a codeine-based syrup, they got a whole bunch of things going on. Proton pump inhibitor, just like a whole bunch of stuff, dude. And like, that's what you want, because if a stock has a good, you know, premise and a profile on it, and it seems like there's no way it's going to go to zero. Like fucking Naked Brands, what do? They sell bras and clothes. Like, that could definitely go to zero. The only way this company could go to zero is like they get like 3 or 4 FDA approvals rejected in a row, and then like they put something out and somebody gets hurt with their stuff and then they gotta go bankrupt. Like, it's just not gonna happen. I mean, there's chances it does happen with penny stocks. Obviously I can't pull them up right now because they got delisted, but I've seen a couple penny stocks go to zero. It's just not very often. It's more or less than not. But anyways, I'm running out of things to say. Hope you like this video. If you have anything you want me to talk about, or you have any comments, or you want some feedback, just let me know. Tell me, message me, comment me, whatever. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thanks, y'all.